So guys, here we have an Associated B7 front shock all laid out with what you need to build it up. We've got the standard kit oil, which I'm building it up with, and a pair of shock pliers, which you really do need if you're working on these shock absorbers. Basically, it's the same shock absorber system as the B6 series. The only difference being, or B6.4 anyway, it's the 13mm shocks, of course, is the front shaft is 2mm longer. That's the only difference that I can see between the B6.4 13mm and the B7 13mm. If you're just looking to rebuild your shock absorbers or service the seals, then you can obviously look at that part of the video. We'll try and leave links or chapters so you can go through to that. And if you're just changing the oil, then you can skip forward a little bit more to where we do that. But this is a walkthrough on how to build just one front Associated shock absorber. So step one, if anyone noticed, I'd forgot to put the piston out here. Now the piston on these is actually a 2.5, which I think possibly is, well, it's obviously going to affect the damping performance of it, but we're not going to talk about the tuning. We're just going to talk about how to do these shocks. So the first thing you do is you put the little washer on there, which stops that pulling through in big crashes. It also stops a bit of hydro locking. What you can do, you can actually or just put a black Sharpie on there so you can see what the numbers are on there. I haven't done it on this particular one. And then we put a 1.5mm or 1.5mm driver to put our nut on. Now I would always thread lock this on here. It doesn't say this in the manual, but I think that is a good thing to do because this is the last thing you want coming undone. So we'll tighten that up. It doesn't need to be stupidly tight, but I am going to use the shock pliers to clamp that up and just tighten that up. And with the shock pliers, you've got this area here which doesn't mark the shock shaft. And what you really should do, you should actually let that thread lock dry, because it won't actually, if you then put that straight in the oil, chances are it won't go off properly. So we'll just leave that to one side, but for you guys it'll be straight on. Now to assemble the shock, first things first, I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on the black seals. I'm not going to put them on the smaller seals. So the first one just goes over there like so. Now we're going to put the seals in. So if you're rebuilding, replacing your shock seals, this is the part that you need to watch on from. Now the first one we're going to put over is the smaller, or the black seal. Then we have our top hat washer. Now if you're going to spend a bit of money on your car, Associated do machined white versions of these, which are much better. Quite a lot of money for a little bit of plastic. The biggest problem with these is when you break them out from the sprue, you need to make sure that there's no flashing on there, so they sit perfectly square in your shock body. So this one goes with the top hat type down. Just make sure that's in there properly. Sitting there. So I've already coated the O-rings in this green slime. It's Associated green slime. This is the best stuff that I have found to seal shocks. If you haven't got it, you can just use some of the shock oil, but I prefer that. So we then just need to push that down in there. Be careful not to tear that. Then we have a thicker, it's about 2mm, just a completely flat black washer, which goes in. Then we have the second O-ring, and then the second top hat washer. Then we have our blue cap, which just screws on. Now I'm not going to do that up completely tight. I'll tell you why in a minute. We then need to pass our shaft through there. At this point is where you want to put any internal shock limiters on. Again, I'm going to just make sure there's plenty of green slime on there, because this is the point where you will tear your seals. So I'm just going to very slowly and actually turn it through there gently and pull it up to the top. Now, so at this point I'm now going to tighten up this blue collar. Associated give you the nice spanner, which is the turnbuckle one as well. And it doesn't want to be silly tight, just with a pair of shock pliers. Just probably only a 1/16 of a turn, I've just tightened it up. Does that feel smooth? Yes, that feels fine. One of the things you do need to be aware of, these O-rings, you do need to service them. They do swell up and actually your shocks feel stiffer. So you do need to service them quite regularly. So now we're going to put the eyelet on. The manual says the 0 again, this affects your droop and the likes. You can again put on here the shock limiters onto there as well, but we're not going to put any on just for this shock. So we're now getting that shock eyelet on. If you haven't got a pair of shock pliers, you can just grab it right near the edge of the thread with some pliers, but I never like doing that. But we'll tighten that up. And what we also do, guys, in our storage setup box, we actually put all these different eyelets, because obviously that's a tuning aid you use quite often to just droop, ride height, all that sort of thing. So yeah, that's a good little box, and we will update that for the new B7 car. So what you need to do now is you need to check the length of this eyelet, sorry, the length of the shaft. The kit suggestion is 23.5, so that needs to go in a little bit more. There we go, 23.5 through. Happy with that. Just feel that feels smooth in and out of there. It does. We're happy with that. Now, filling the shock. We've got the 35 weight oil. Basically, I fill it almost all the way to the top. Like so. Move it up and down a few times, and you will see air bubbles. The B6.4 was quite inherently over damped, I felt, as kit set up, and just feeling this, it feels the same, but we're building up as kit. So we're going to leave that in there. This is actually a shock pump, which gets the air out much quicker. You don't need it, you can just leave your shocks to sit. And while that is just de-aeronizing or debubbling the shocks, I'm just going to start off the little 1.5mm head bolt, so that's easier to then bleed the shock. So we took that out, we'll drop the screw, we can see that. Also what we can do is, I've already oiled this a little bit, we can pop the black O-ring inside the adjustment collar. It's a bit fiddly. And that just sits inside there, and it just means this ring doesn't move around quite so freely. So we can put that on in a second. So we've now let the bubbles naturally come out of that. You can leave it, also use a shock pump. Just going to top it all the way up to the top. Now, if this is the first time you're building up a set of shocks, just recommend just put a drop or two of oil in the top of there. If you're just doing a shock rebuild or change of oil, you don't need to do that. Cover goes on top like that. Screw it all the way down, and we've already got some oil coming out. And when we compress the piston, you want to compress the piston all the way down. You will then get more oil coming out. You then want your 1.5mm, which is loads of oil around that. This is messy, and I'm never the best at actually doing this without making a big mess. Tighten it up, don't over tighten it, otherwise you'll strip that thread. I'm going to clean that off. You can use a little bit of degrease around there, but nothing too aggressive, you don't want to hurt the plastic. And that is actually the shock built. Now, you don't want that piston to come out very far at all. If it comes all the way out to there, it needs bleeding again. But what I do, there's a little tip here, guys, and I know some of the top guys do this. I'm going to work that piston 5 or 6 times, and I'm going to re-bleed it. So I'm going to take this screw out, while the piston is all the way extended. And then, if you watch, I'm going to push that and look, there's more oil coming out. Not a massive amount more, but there's certainly more that's come out. Again, we've made a right mess. Tighten that back up. Now, it doesn't come out at all. That's what you want, and it doesn't suck back in either. So that's actually a perfectly built shock absorber. So you then need to put your adjusting collar on. If you have not already oiled this, you need to put a little bit of oil on there because it then makes it go onto here much easier. We will then screw that on somewhere near the top. And what I would do, if this is your first build of shocks, make sure all of these gaps front and back, or each side, so the front are the same and the back are the same. So that's that. We then just need to pop on our spring, whatever spring you've got. Then you come to your shock collar caps. Again, this affects the preload on the shock and everything. Kit recommends the 5mm one, which is what we're going to put on. That is almost the shock built. There's one final step, which is to put the pivot ball in on the front. Got a pair of shock pliers, pops in there nicely, no damage, and that is one Associated B7, or B6 would be exactly the same, shock absorber built. And there we go, guys, that is all 4 shocks built up. Now just a little tip, if you want to, or if you struggle to get the shock apart at any point, the big silver spanner does go round there, and you can obviously tighten or loosen this, but I find just doing that up hand tight is more than sufficient. But something else to bear in mind is in the B7 kit you get these white fibre washers which look a little bit like the O-rings. Someone I know mixed these up and put these in the shock seals, and it obviously messed the shocks up. They didn't work at all. These actually go on here as shock limiters. So hopefully that has been informative, guys. It's the same process pretty much for any make of shocks. But that is the Associated. We've built up these B7 ones. It's the same for the B6, 13mm on the 0.4. So click on the subscribe button. Check out our other videos. We've got big scale stuff, small scale stuff. And of course, loads of 3D printed stuff. These boxes are great for storing all your setup things in. Thanks for watching. Back again soon.